Good morning, YouTubers. T Square with T Square Talk. Hope everybody's having a great day. So, before I even get started with a great video, because I do have a great video based off of a comment that I recently had, I gotta say I apologize, EMO the Fish Keeper. So last night you were on. I'd seen a comment pop up from you that said you missed my comment every time. Um, Here's the thing. When I make these videos, the live stream videos, I'm running behind on the comments, and they do get missed. However, I know a bunch of people started looking for your previous comments, and the only one that had showed up was that it would be really cool to see a full stack video. I can't show my full stack video at this moment in time because of some personal issues that's going on. Plus, it's spread out in 4 different locations. It will require a lot of work at this point in time. However, I do hope to do a full stack video at some point. I know a lot of people have asked me why I've never done one. Obviously, security issues. If you have a stack that is spread out over multiple locations, some of them stacks I don't even see on a regular basis. But I firmly believe in silver. I've been stacking for a while, and in some cases, it's better off left alone and forgotten about for a lot of different security reasons. Some people believe in cache locations on their stack. Literally not tied to your property, not tied at your residence, not tied anywhere that it is essentially tied to you. There are people that practice that for security risks. So that was the deal with that. I don't want you thinking that I intentionally missed your comment or didn't read it. Sometimes when the comments are flying really fast, I do miss them. Those of you that leave me a comment on this video, you got to understand, I try to reply to every comment. I get probably 400 or 500 comments a day. I don't just hit the heart and a thumbs up on your comment and then that's it. I try to reply to comments, period. However, I can't reply to comments the first day that you write the comment anymore because I believe that is one of the things that is hurting me on my views and my videos. It's lowering my actual view time, I guess you can call it. So I have stopped replying to comments the first day of the video, or I do it late in the evening when at that point the video doesn't even matter. Since I have done that, I've seen an uptick. As you can see in my previous videos, some people will say, well, that's associated with what's going on. But if you look at these videos right here, we got 472, 576, 480, 344, 346. And then all of a sudden you stop replying to comments and you're getting views like 2,200, 724, 852. We're seeing it to continue to climb, so I can't help to wonder if there's some reason for that on the comments that you post. However, if you really want to help me out, hit the thumbs up button. This goes for everybody. Leave me a comment. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I literally lose sleep when subscribers are offended by something I say. It's hard to please everybody. But I do my best to try to do that, literally. And I do lose sleep when I offend somebody. Some people have told me in the past, dude, who cares? You can't please everybody. That's not me. I try. I'm a people pleaser. That's why I do this content. And it ties in really nicely with what today's video is about. So first thing I got to do before I get going and read this comment is let's talk a little bit. Well, let's read this comment first. So the comment has read, price prediction on silver usually assumes everything else stays the same over time, which is absolutely not true. I'm starting to think it's better to let the lower classes stay in fiat and become dirt poor. A slow price rise because 99% of Americans ignore the price of silver and they ignore silver altogether. It gives us more time to stack cheap. Silver under $100 is still way underpriced. And so first of all, I want to talk about this comment. It does. It clearly does. If we didn't share this message with anybody. We didn't tell our family. We didn't tell our friends. If everybody practiced that, silver would probably not be going up. We would still have opportunity to pick it up, maybe even at $20, $25. However, what people have to understand is getting friends involved in silver puts you in a better spot. And I've talked about this multiple times, but I've never dedicated a video purely for it. Well, how does me getting my friends, my family invested in silver, how does that help me? How does it help me? How does having a stronger group around me help me? Here's how it's going to help you. When you have an emergency and you need to sell a little bit of your silver, just enough silver to get by. With silver over $50 right now, your average emergency could be covered with just 10 ounces of silver. What is an average emergency? My starter went out. My refrigerator went out. My washing machine went out. My hot water heater went out. I didn't get my check this month, whatever the case may be, so I just need to kind of cover for the next couple weeks. I need to figure it out. Think about how much money these payday loans make. They loan people small amounts, $500, $1,000, $1,200, and they charge them exorbitant interest, crazy amounts of interest. If you're a stacker, you have ounces. That means you have collateral. There's no work involved. The question is, how do you get rid of your silver now? If you take it to a pawn shop, most pawn shops, not all pawn shops, they are going to rip you off. They're going to just... I'm careful how I say this next word because I almost said something. They're going to take advantage of you. There's probably a million ways to say how they're going to take advantage of you, but they're going to take advantage of you. They're going to lowball you essentially, and you're not going to get a fair amount of money. And when you want to buy it back, you're going to have to pay a huge price. If you try to pawn it, they're going to charge you a high pawn fee. But if you have friends that you got into it, I mean, I know multiple people right now that I could end up passing off whatever I need and get some fiat cash and then buy my ounces back. If I sold them at spot today and said, look, I just want to borrow the money, give me spot price, I'll give you spot price when you give them back to me. I know multiple people that would do that. And the reason they're willing to do that is because they foresee that the spot price is going to be a lot more tomorrow than it was today. Let's see, 1 day chart, let's zoom out all the way. Where are we? Right here. 2319. Let's go all the way. 1 full day. Here we are. 1 full day. Spot price yesterday, which really it doesn't even, why is it not going back anymore? Darn it. Can I see that on the 5 day? Let's see here what we got. Okay, 1st of the month, December 1st. There we are, right here. Boom. This is where we were at midnight last night. And technically I say midnight, but it was at 12:15. We're at $56.58. 1 day later, we're up to 57. That's 40 cents. If I had needed money a week ago, 5 days ago, I would have ended up selling my silver at spot to someone for $51.38. And I'd say, okay, I'll buy it back in a week, give you your money back, and I'll give you spot price. The interest rate is controlled by the spot price. The average stacker, if they really know what they're doing, if they really understand the fundamentals of silver, would be more than willing to loan you the money for the week and say you can buy it back off me at whatever spot price is in a week from now. If you tell me a month, hey, I'll give you the money. You can buy it back off me at spot price in 1 month from now, not beneath what I'm loaning you. I would put that as a clause. As in, you can't like try to time the market as in, oh, I like that it's at a peak. I'll borrow money today and then I'll wait for a day. And here it is, 10 o'clock at night. Hey, I want my silver back. I'll give you your money back for it. You know, that wouldn't fly. Generally, though, the price will probably be higher. I had a comment yesterday. It said, hey, you haven't been through a big dip yet. So you don't understand that silver can take a big hit. You're right, it can. But you know what? I'm loaning someone money, and if they want, I'm trying to help them out. I've had people help me out before, and you know what? I bought it back off them. They made a couple bucks, and they were happy. And in some cases, I actually had someone that loaned me the money because I needed it, didn't want to sell the silver, and then said, "Don't worry about it. Just give me the money back. I gave you $500. Give me my 500 back. And you can have your silver back." So yeah, stuff comes up. How can you get away with that? Well, here's the thing. If you've educated people on this topic, they understand what's going on. If you truly did a good job sharing these videos with your friends, or you've talked to them about it, I just say sharing the videos because I enjoy my videos getting shared. But if you've literally done a good job teaching someone about silver and what's going on in the markets, they understand now. And most of the people that I am friends with, I have gotten them enough into it enough to look at what's going on, and now they're all silver stackers. Even an ex-girlfriend of mine, she's a silver stacker. Does she buy on a regular basis? Probably not as much as she could, but it's a little harder for her because she don't know anybody else in the game. And so she don't really know how to negotiate, and sometimes she'll call me up, "Hey, someone said they're selling this limited edition ounce of silver for $100 an ounce, and I can only buy 5 of them though. Is it a good deal?" No, it's not. It's not. If you're picking up silver close to spot, it's a good deal. The further you move away from spot, it's not a good deal in my opinion. Are you buying collectibles? Do you want to become a collector, or do you want to be a stacker? I want to stack. Another reason why I think getting people involved in it that's beneficial for you is, let's say you have 10 family members, 20 family members. They all think it's crazy. You slowly talk to them. All of a sudden they get in a little bit, and silver's at 30, and then all of a sudden it jumps to 35, 39. They're happy with you. They love you. They think, "Oh my word, you're so smart." And then it comes down to 28 and they hate you. They think, "You know what an idiot. This dude got me in. I should have cashed out at 40, taken my profits." And then now, not too far down the road, we're back up to 57. And then they back love you again. It is a love-hate relationship. Once you've educated them, those big dips, when you hate me, that's when you need to be buying. That's my opinion. My personal opinion, not financial advice. Once silver breaks out, stuff crashes. Stuff does all tend to crash at the same time. I hate to say it. And silver could have a pullback, just not as bad in my opinion. And it's usually the first thing to recover. Then they don't need to ask you for help because they've already been listening to the plan. They understand what's going on. They expected this. And then they're like, "Oh, wow, we got Bitcoin getting destroyed right now. Bitcoin sitting at $87,000 flat, taking most cryptocurrencies down with it. We've got the Dow Jones down 428 points today, or a whole percent almost. We got the NASDAQ down 89 points, or roughly 0.38%. We've got the S&P 500 down 36 points, or 0.5%. Stuff is starting to drop. People are getting skittish. Next week we have a Fed meeting. What do you think is going to happen in that Fed meeting? They're probably going to cut interest rates again. Why? To try to stimulate the market, stimulate the economy. They're probably going to try to pump the DXY, the dollar, up a little higher. Debt is just continuing to spiral out of control like there's no end in sight. But when you look at silver a year ago at the beginning of the year, silver was, under $30 in January 1st. Oh, that's why year to date. That was why that number came up off. 1 year ago, yeah, maybe the silver moved 82% if you go to a year, but remember it was jumped up just before that. Once we're year to date, then you'll see your 100% gain, which we have seen already. Look at this chart. Silver inches up. Yeah, there's a couple times where people hate you because you talk to them about getting into it, but then it goes up higher and it goes up higher, and then they hate you, and then it's back up and they're starting to like you again, and it pulls down, and then it shoots up higher, and then we have a pattern like this forming over here. Take a look at this. We have the big drop. This is what we saw here, the big drop. Then we had the pop back up, not as high up as it was, just a little bit under. Boom, a little bit under. And then down a little and then back up. And then this one kind of stayed flat for a little bit. So let's see if we stay flat around the $55, $56 level for a couple weeks. And then all of a sudden we have a nice little pop up higher right here like we've seen. Who knows? Ultimately, I believe, in my personal opinion, silver's going to go higher. I think we're going to see it continue to inch up, and a lot of people are just going to miss out. And it's crazy when I look at this chart because it says all-time high, all-time low, I shouldn't say all-time high, 1 year high, 1 year low. 1 year low was $28.84. 1 year high, it says, was $56.72. Not accurate. We were at $58.50 just yesterday afternoon. So right around lunchtime, markets opened and silver took off. So, it's funny how people just don't understand what's going on. You have an opportunity to help them. You literally are throwing them a life vest in a hurricane. It's not going to be pretty. Nothing will be. But it's nice to know you're going to survive because you were a little more prepared. And if you're really prepared, you ain't getting a life vest. You're getting a plane ticket out of there. You're going to be like, who was it in Texas? I can't remember. We had Hurricane Katrina, and the guy was like, not the governor, one of the Texas Senate, whatever. He too went to Cancun with his family. Took a lot of heat for that, though. We're getting destroyed with a hurricane. He decides to take a vacation. And then while everybody was doing the cleanup, he was just sitting on the beach. But hey, I'm not going to lie. If I had the ability, I don't want to be in harm's way. And I don't want my family to be in harm's way. I don't want my friends to be in harm's way. I want to get as many people into it. And here's the thing. It not only benefits me if I need money in the short run. If I decide I got to sell for a major emergency, I can sell to these people easy. If they decide they got to sell for an emergency because they didn't prepare well enough and now they have an emergency and they come to you and say, hey, will you buy my silver at spot price? Boom. Now I'm going to get a better deal on that too. I'm going to get their silver at spot price. And if they borrow the money against me, I'm convinced the silver will be higher when they go to pay me back. So, there's a lot of scenarios that can play out. That's why it's important that I help people. I try to treat them right. And I do what's right. I literally believe that. I don't cheat anybody over. I don't take advantage of anybody. And I try my best to help people. And I believe eventually that will pay off. And generally it usually does. So that's about it on that comment. It's not going to be a long video. I kind of want to talk about it. I think I covered a lot of ground, not just about that, but I also got a lot of info in there about what silver's doing, where it's going. There's a lot of stuff going on right now that's scaring people. People think, oh, it broke 50. I better hurry up and sell. And then they think, let's zoom out just last month. Oh, silver got up to $54.50, all-time high. It's coming down. We better hurry up and sell. We have a little jump up, and then it continues on down, and people want to automatically say this pattern is forming, that it's coming down. And then all of a sudden, it gets low enough, and the big players decide to sweep in and take it all in half the time, and they take it up to a new level. And then we see a pullback again. And then there again, people think, oh, it's having a hard time holding. Look, it's not having a hard time holding, in my opinion. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Up a couple steps, down a step. Up a couple steps, down a step. And every time it takes that step down, weak hands are selling their silver. They are scared the silver is going to have a devastated pullback. My opinion, at some point it will. I'm not convinced 75 to 1 is worthy of a devastating pullback. Let's talk real quick about what happened in 2011 that really changed the game. In 2011, huge short positions got taken out. Why? Because they flooded the economy with money. Everybody got cheap money. Bail out the banks, bail out this, bail out that. Who didn't get a bailout? The everyday people. If you were doing the right thing and investing in silver at that 2011, you totally got wiped out. Now, another thing about 2011. Silver was sitting at, what, $5 a year before? Maybe $6 a year and a half before? And it went up 10x. We seen the ratio go down all the way to, what, a little under 40 to 1? Are we there right now? Yeah. Silver's higher in dollar figures, $7 higher than the all-time high. But we're still at like 75 to 1. And silver really is only up, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's say it's up 3x. Maybe silver was at $20 and now we're almost at 60. Okay, 3x. Are we at 10x? No. Is it a straight line up? No. It's been a hard road. Some of us have been stacking for years waiting for our day in the sun. Our day in the sun is coming. A lot of you guys are going to be put in a good position because you listen to this information and other people that share information like me. And you then did your own research. You took your own due diligence. And you came up with the same conclusion that we came up with. And you started buying silver. Some of you at 15, some of you at 18, some of you at 20, some of you at 32, some of you at 40, some of you at 45, some of you just recently at 50. And now I hear, I hope it don't go up because I want to have more time to stack. And I totally understand where you're coming from. But a day will come when you are SOL. You are out of time to stack. I had someone tell me the other day, T, I so wish I had just, really put the foot down and pressed myself a little harder to really go at it and stack. I said, it's not too late. Yeah, but now it's almost $60. It's too late. Is it? Is $60 3 times your investment too late? No, it's not. Take a look at where people think silver is going. And then cross out the crazy predictions. I don't think silver is going to hit $7,000 tomorrow. I definitely don't think it's going to hit $7,000 by the middle of next year. But that's $7,000. That's a long ways away. However, $100 is not a long ways away. Next year, if silver is sitting at $114, you can say, I doubled my money in 2025. I doubled my money in 2026. And I'm hoping to double my money in 2027. And by 2030, if you've got precious metals, I think you're going to be well off. If you're holding paper currency, whether that be dollars, pesos, yen, yuan, rubles, whatever, you're probably not going to be as good of a position. There's a reason why gold and silver is at all-time highs in every country around the world. Why? Because people are starting to realize we're getting taken advantage of. We're getting taken to the cleaners. They tax us when we make it. They tax us when we spend it. They tax us on the junk we buy. They tax us if we give it away. They tax us if we croak. They're taxing the heck out of us. And on top of all that, they're printing more money out of thin air so they can spend that too. Because just taxing everything you have is not enough 10 times. They need to create more so they can have more of it. They're pushing people into a corner where people are getting to the point where they don't even want to go to work anymore. They're getting sick and tired of it because they're not getting anywhere. That's where we're going. And they can't see it. They can't see that if you squeeze someone enough, they get to the point where they give up. It's not about giving up. It's about hope. If you're stacking precious metals, you have hope. You have hope that it's going to be higher down the road. But what is that hope based off? That hope is based that government is going to continue to do the wrong thing. They're going to continue to spend your money. They're going to continue to debase the money. They're going to continue to be frivolous. They're going to run the debt up to new all-time highs next year, higher than it was this year. They're going to raise interest rates, and all of a sudden we'll be just barely breathing, paying the minimum interest payment. They literally will own us. But if you have silver, you have hope. If you have gold, you have hope. You have a commodity that people recognize as wealth preservation. That's what it's about. It's about having hope. And those people that most of them won't see this video. They're more worried about what they bought over the Black Friday weekend. Oh, I got some good deals. I bought 10 pairs of shoes this weekend. And that's not a joke. I actually was listening to a couple girls talking about all the stuff they bought over the weekend, how much money they spent. Nobody cares. They just buy it on credit, pay it off next year. We'll just rack up some more interest so they can, their Black Friday deal, by the time they pay it off, they could have just bought it later in the year at regular price and probably have paid the same amount of money. But it's important. Everybody's got to buy a lot of junk that they don't need to impress the people that don't care. For what? So they can just keep working and slaving their life away. And at the end of the day, most of the stuff came from China. It won't matter. Worthless. It will all end up in a landfill at some point. And that's it. Gigi, Jar Jar. Hey. Jar Jar. You know, people don't get it. People just don't understand what's going on. If you invest in silver, you understand. You're preparing. You have hope. You have a future in front of you. And one day, like I said, I will show mine. I expect that hopefully someday I will be on an island somewhere. Maybe I'll be in the Philippines. That's always been my dream for as long as I can remember. But I was also looking at a business recently. A couple different things that I'd like to do. I said, do I really want to borrow against my stack, give up my whole stack to sell it so I can get a down payment on a business that essentially I'll be forced to work all the time? And then worry that if the economy tanks, well, that business ain't going to do too well. But it's up there on one of my ideas that I may end up doing. It's a little bit of a gamble, but anybody that's gotten where they want to be is at a gamble. Philippines would be good, but realistically, I go to the Philippines, I'll be spending more money. I'll just be there spending money. I won't have a house there. I'll have to rent. I won't have deals like I have here. I'll have to buy all my own food. I don't know, though. I think there'll be a lot of perks in the Philippines that I'm excited about. Fun, sun, beach, mountains, rainforests, a lot of cool stuff. With that being said, it's good to help people around you. A team that works together goes further. A person that goes on their own is going to go faster, but they're not going to go as far. If set up properly, you can do really well by stacking in a group. And y'all motivate each other. Dude, what are you doing? You didn't buy no silver this month? You didn't buy nothing on that awesome dip that we just saw? Dude, you're messing up, bro. You should have been buying at 48. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. It pushes you. Telling people your goals. There's a reason why they tell you New Year's Day, tell everybody your goals. Why? Because it holds you accountable. It obligates you. Shoot. A couple years ago, I had my goal. I was going to get in shape. I wanted a body like Jason Momoa. I had the long hair. Some of y'all, when I used to show myself, you remember my long hair, 1.5 feet long, curly. I was going to the gym at one point, but then I blamed cough. And my buddy's like, cough, cough. Cough, cough made you sit on your couch and eat potato chips all day. Don't blame that. Say what it is. You're lazy. New Year's comes around. I put my info out there and I say, you know what? I'm gonna try to get my body in shape. I'm gonna get in shape. Jason Momoa, here I come. To this day, I still get teased about that. Accountability. I told people I didn't push myself. I didn't achieve. And to this day, someone's like, yeah, you're going to lower your diabetes numbers, Jason Momoa. You had such high willpower to make the Jason Momoa body that you're going to get your diabetes number to come down. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. It's a matter of priority. Some stuff is a priority for people. Some stuff ain't. I'll be honest. I enjoy eating. I love my cheesecake, especially this time of the year because everybody's making cheesecake. One girl I'm friends with now, she's making cheesecake every day to try to make a little extra money to pay, presents for the kids, Christmas coming, that type of stuff. And I'm like, ooh. So, who knows? With that being said, I think I'm going to wrap the video up here. We're at $57.05 at the time. I expect we could see a 4 a.m. pullback, 5 a.m. pullback. The markets will open, and then we may see a little bit of a climb back up again. It's cat and mouse game. How many people have the stomach to be ready for it? How many people have the willpower to stay focused, keep stacking? It's an opinion. My opinion, not financial advice. I'm going to keep trying to pick up when I can, where I can. Not every day do I have a couple extra dollars to buy an ounce of silver, but if I can get an extra ounce here and there, I'm happy with it. With that being said, please check out some of my other great videos. I am trying to promote the channel more right now, trying to grow subscribers. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. But most new people don't make it to the end of the video. It's rare, especially if it's the first video. Once they've heard you a couple times, they start to realize, oh, this guy's got some really good content. I'm going to start tuning in every day. And then before you know it, they get the habit. And their New Year's resolution is something like, I want to catch T-Square Talks video every day for the whole year. And before you know it, you're an OG. You're with us. You're one of the subscribers. You're one of the fans. You're one of the members maybe. And you're part of the 15,300 people that watch these videos. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you have the hype button, hit it. Not many people have a hype button. It's extremely rare until they fully roll it out. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. I will see you again, maybe even this evening. If not, tomorrow morning for sure. I've been trying to do evening videos a little bit too, live streams. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And again, EMO, if you're still watching, I apologize for missing your comment. I really do, because now I'm going to lose sleep thinking about it all night. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye.